Kagosh, Bokeror, Bekiim Bahalacha 4, day 70, page 172, Siman Kav Zayin, Halacha Ayin, right? This is 70. Here we're talking about the position for the Dalet knot, right? That was, we have to know where's the position. Kesher Tefillin Shel Rosh. We know at the back of the Rosh, you've got a Dalet. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Yeah, for the Ashkenazim, it actually looks like a square, right? But for us, it's mamash a Dalet. Yeah, you saw it? If you ever take a picture, the Ashkenazim, it looks like a square, like a box, right? But the Sfaradim, it's mamash a Dalet. Nachon, אבל האשכנזים, they do it a little bit different. So it says like this. קשר התפילין של ראש צריך שיהיה מאחורי הראש, למעלה בעורף. Has to be on the top of the nape. Right? So he says over here like this. וכל השיפוע עד גומה נחשב מקום הנחת הקשר. The entire place is going to be considered place of the קשר. כי מונח עיקר הקשר למעלה מן הגומה, but it should be above the גומה. והוא בסוף העצם הגולגולת, in the end of the עצם הגולגולת. So he says, שבזה יהיה נתפס על עצם הגולגולת ומהודק, right, היטב, תביב לראשו. Yeah, fine. Look in the English, just to read the English. Are you with me? The knot of the Tefillin Shel Rosh must be positioned on the back of the person's head above his neck. This means of the part of the skull that slopes downward. Down, but not including the notch between the clavicle vertebrae. Right? As long as the horizontal section of the Dalet knot is positioned on the skull above this notch, the person fulfills the mitzvah since the entire loop is fastened to his head. It is all right for the vertical section of the Dalet knot to be positioned behind the notch, right? But he must not position the entire knot behind this notch, since it's not part of the skull. Okay? In any case, he says, right, it is vital to make sure that no part of the knot is positioned below the back hairline. So, domenet, אף פעם אל תשים את זה מאחורה, זה מה שאומר פה, שאף מקצת הקשר לא יהיה מונח במקום הפנוי משיער. For sure, it cannot be below the hairline. Yes, באוויר. Right? זה לא בדיוק באוויר, אבל זה רק מקום בלי שיער. זאת אומרת, זה כמו העורף. ממש אתה... אז היו לא יכול להגיע בגומה. So, first of all, you have the 189. In 189, it says, the Talmud says that the Dalet knot of the tefillin must be positioned high on the skull. That actually explains there must be an opposition down on the back of the neck. The Rambam ruled the knot must be positioned above the neck on the back end of the skull. And the Shulchan Aruch states the knot must be high on the back of the head. Shitei Geburim stated that he may not be positioned below the person's back hairline. If it's positioned too low, the person does not fulfill the mitzvah. And the Kitzur of the Shlaj, Shnei Luchot Abrit, appears to have misquoted the Shitei Geburim, citing that someone positions it right in the notch below the skull, he does not fulfill the mitzvah, and his bracha is bracha l'batala. Sharet Tshuva countered that Shitei Geburim issued this ruling for someone who positions it in the back hairline. But if you position it in the notch, it would still be acceptable. But again, the Sharet Tshuva agreed with his best to do it above that notch. And the Shulchan Aruch specifically said that the knot should be positioned in the back of the end of the skull, which protrudes at the back of the head. The Or Letzion could go with this, instructing us to position the knot on the skull and not on the notch below it. So mamash on the skull, not below it, not like in the hole. Okay? What? Horizontal section of the knot on the skull. So Mishabura says it's best to position the main part of the knot above the notch, based on the ruling of Sharet Tshuva. Apparently, this means that it is technically possible to fill the mitzvah even if you do it in the notch, as long as it's above the back hairline. Meaning, technically speaking, if you did it above. So the minute it is best, however, to do the stringent opinion, mamash ala etzem, מעל הגומה. Sketchuvot, however, ruled that the proper practice is to position the entire knot above the notch or even higher, as long as the loop of the strap can be fastened tightly around the head. And he agreed that one may allow a little bit of the knot to hang on that below the skull without any problem. Again, there seems to be unnecessary stringency. However, the Sharet Tshuva explained that the entire reason for positioning the knot above the notch is in order to fasten the loop strap tightly around. Okay? Fine. Next halacha, 71, last one. Ayin Aleph. יש להיזהר שתהיה הרצועה מעקפת הראש מצומצמת ומהודקת סביב ראשו ולא יהיה היקף הרצועה גודל מעקף הראש. כי יש בזה שני חסרונות. אחד שצריכים הידוק ממש, וזה צזוג שרתם, וההידוק זה קשירה. ושנית, שאם הרצועה רפויה סביב היקף ראשו, ייפול הקציצה לתפילין שלפניו ומצחו. וייפול הקשר לאחוריו, ולא יהיה במקום הראוי להם. Meaning like this. He says it's very vital that the loop is always fits snugly on the head. Meaning it fits perfectly on the head. Why? If it's too large, so then it's not going to be tightened on the straps around the head. and the mitzvah is tightening because it says ukshatam. And moreover, if the loop is loosened, so then what happens is everything falls all over the place. So this is going to fall here, this is going to fall. It's not, you need it tight. Okay, therefore, if you're going to borrow tefillin from another person, you're losing the Beit Knesset, you have to make sure that the Tefillin Shel Rosh it fits properly. If it's too large or too small, he doesn't bother to adjust it, he's not going to fulfill the mitzvah. And if he makes a bracha, it could be a bracha levatala. Look above in Siman 25, right? And 4 and 25, 68.